Hey my beautiful Leo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ant from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-January 2023 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are well. I want to wish you all a great start to your new year. I hope it's been going quite fantastic so far. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started, baby. Let's see what we got going on here for the Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-January 2023. What information is going to be in store here, please, for the beautiful zodiac sign of Leo? Let's go ahead and see what's up. Messages here for Team Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-January 2023. We did have a card completely fall on the floor. Let me go ahead and pick that up real fast, Leo, and see what it is. 1 second, everybody. Oh, actually, it fell on my seat, well, not on my floor. Okay, cool. So we have here the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, Seven of Pentacles wanted to shoot on out here for you. I'm probably going to throw this back in the deck because I wasn't finished shuffling just yet, but Seven of Pentacles, regardless, is a card that mentions your investments. It also could be a card that does mention patience, so you might be called here to have more patience on the return of your investments is something that I'm feeling here for Leos. If you've been putting a lot of work into a situation and you've been waiting for that hard work to pay off, it's almost like don't get discouraged just yet, because in return of these investments, they're still going to come. It might not come necessarily immediately, but there will be a payoff at the end of the day, is what I'm feeling called to say here for you. So if you're a Leo and you're waiting for investments and return on investments to come on in, don't knock it. Don't say that something here is not going to pay off. It very well likely can. Regardless, though, let's take a look here. Jumping on into the overall energy of the reading, we do have here the Ace of Pentacles. Love that for you. Ace of Pentacles here is the card of an opportunity. So an opportunity appears here to you in mid-January. Now, in reference to whatever this opportunity is, I'm not particularly sure. It could be an opportunity of anything, but something here seems to be an opportune time. So we'll get into that as the reading progresses. Having a look here into the current situation for you, we have the World, we have here the Two of Cups, and then lastly, Seven of Pentacles coming on out again. So I guess it was meant to be. So World card here, Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. I definitely feel here for you, you were pretty close to giving up on something you cared about. Two of Cups here is the card that can talk about a relationship. So maybe you were close potentially to giving up on love. Maybe you were close potentially to giving up on something you very much so cared about. And looking at the Seven of Pentacles here, it's like, just wait one more second. Seven of Pentacles here says, hold on just a little bit longer. If you give this situation more patience, you're going to see the return that you've been waiting for. So I think that the opportunity that's manifesting here is to see the return on your investment. All right. That's what's happening here. It sounds like we're taking a business class. Okay. And the return on investments. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe it's like, I love doing this job that I've been doing. I made a business. It's fantastic. I love it. But it's been taking quite some time to see a return on all the, man hours I put into this business, all of the, really intense work that I've put into it. And then out of nowhere, eventually jumping here into mid-January, it's saying, hang on a little bit there, Leo, because after all this work you put into your business, don't give up just yet. You will see a return on your investment. So it could literally be that as well. It doesn't have to be in correlance to love. Okay. So, or correlation, to love. So, without further ado, let's keep it moving forward. Let's have a look here and see what's potentially coming in here for you regarding mid-January. So what's going to be coming in here for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout their mid-January 2023. First card out, we got here the Page of Pentacles. Next card out, we got here the King of Wands. And then lastly for you, we do have here a Four of Cups. Okay. I do see with the, this is a Princess of Pentacles. Yeah, so that's still a page. Okay, so Page of Pentacles, King of Wands, and then the Four of Cups for what it is that's coming in here for you. I do feel like you're going to start to see slowly but surely the return on your investment manifesting here. Now, when I said, be patient, Leo, in January 2023, inevitably you'll have a return on your investment. I mean that for the long haul. It could manifest in January, but I think that what's happening here is you're going to start to see a little bit more stuff come in that starts to make you have faith again. Because Page of Pentacles is like, hey, it may not be the full deal, it might not be the full package, but you're starting to see the return. And it's in the beginning stages. So let's say let's go back to the business for a second. Let's say you put like a lot of work into a business and it just feels like that hard work's not paying off. even if it's a little bit, you're going to start to see it pay off a little bit. And it's going to be a pretty good feel-good feeling here because, I mean, looking at the next card, King of Wands, you're like, you know, whatever it is I'm involved in here, you're clearly very passionate towards it, Leo. So if this happens to be your business, seeing a little bit of a payoff come through for the hard work you've put into a business you're passionate about is going to make you incredibly excited. You know, if this is talking about love, maybe it's just been really hard lately between you and a partner, and you've been putting in a lot of work in this relationship in hopes to take it to a better future. Just even seeing a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a change is definitely going to make you happy because it's what you've been working so hard on. So regardless here, looking at the last card, we also have here the Four of Cups. It's like once you start to see a little bit of that return on your investment, even if it's not the full package, the full return, it's like, I don't know, now I'm kind of ignoring these feelings of doubt or these feelings of fear or these feelings of wanting to give up because I'm starting to see it finally happen. I'm starting to see things finally work out. So it makes you, Four of Cups, ignore what you were originally feeling, which was the feeling of wanting to give up. So I like that a lot, actually. I like seeing, you know, the return of your investment starting to finally come on in. And I'm going to say it again, even if it's annoying, it may not be the full return happening here, but just to notice some things going right and going in a positive direction after all the hard work you've put in is going to be a really good feel-good feeling here, okay? All right, Leo, moving on forward, though, throughout the rest of your reading, let's see what else you can expect here throughout the rest of your month. So what can my Leo peeps expect, please, throughout the rest of their mid-January 2023? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What can they expect here? We do have here the Empress card coming into play here. Very nice. Moving forward from that, we have the Two of Pentacles, and then we also have here the Wheel of Fortune. Hello. And then lastly for you, we do have here the Ace of Wands. So in terms of what you can expect regarding the rest of your mid-January, let's begin here with the Empress to the Two of Pentacles. So I definitely feel with the Empress card coming into play, it's one of those cards that represent a lot of growth coming in. It represents seeing things in a very beautiful way, seeing things in a very beautiful light. So I think that paired with the Two of Pentacles is going to mean that you're probably going to notice that you're happy and you're excited and you feel like things are growing and moving in the right direction, right? But then there's going to be times where you're like, well, it's still not the full return I'm looking for. So what you can expect here is you can kind of expect to go through the emotions. It seems to kind of be up and down. There are going to be times here in mid-January, Leo, where you're really happy and ecstatic to start seeing the return of your investment happen. And then there's going to be other side, you know, another part of you that's going to be like, well, it's not the full return. So even though I'm getting just a little bit, is it really anything worth being excited about? So I'd say yes, personally. You know, for example, I remember when I first started, you know, businesses in my life, you know, I remember when things were slow and I was like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it might be slow, but at least I'm seeing some form of success. It's better than seeing no success at all. And the more that I would like appreciate, right, and have gratitude for, let's say I got a sale, right, and it was just one sale, and it, you know, at the end of the day, is one sale a lot? No, but it's still a sale. Like it's something to appreciate, you know? So I feel like the more that you can tap into that energy and harness the appreciation for the fact that things are changing, they are unraveling, they are getting better, the more you'll appreciate in the end when you do have that full return that you're going to get to. So I feel, Leo, you're going to kind of go through the motions here, you know, and kind of feel one day good about it, the next day not so good. And I get that 100%. But regardless, though, the point I was making here, right, Wheel of Fortune, is that changes change. And that is the good news that's coming in mid-January for you. You're finally seeing things start to change. You're finally seeing your hard work paying off in whatever investments you've made. And with the Ace of Wands coming into play here as well, this is the card that talks about your passions, but it also talks about new beginnings and the future ahead. So this is just the one change of many changes, okay, that are going to occur here for you in your near future. That's the way that it's going about it. So what you can expect here is, like I said, you can expect feeling differently emotionally, kind of going up and down between, you know, being happy and then being not so happy, just about having a little bit of a change occur. But regardless, I think in the end, you're going to be happy that you are noticing changes and seeing changes. And I think that it makes you excited for where the future is going to go, because the fact that, you know, you're starting to see hard work paying off now, it doesn't mean that, you know, just because you're seeing hard work paying off right now, it's like, that's not all the hard work that's left to be paid off. Does that make sense, Leo? It's like, there's still so much more things to pay off for you in your future. So that's where the excitement starts to lead here. And I think you're overall going to get excited at the fact that at least things have changed. Okay. All right, Leo. Beautiful. I like this for you. I really do. You know, for example, going back to business for just a second, like I remember, at first when I started like a business and I was like, I got one sale and then I was a little bummed about it. And I was like, I thought that this would do so much better than it did. And I would like be really upset with myself. And I would be like, I put in all this hard work and I can't believe it flopped. And then I took a step back and I realized, well, I put in a lot of hard work with the intention of just getting a sale in general. And guess what? I got a sale. And who's to say that tomorrow I won't get 5 sales? Or who's to say in a week I won't get 20 sales? So I had to take a step back and say, hey, the work I did pay off in a way. And it's not done paying off just yet, So moving on forward for you, let's have a look at advice here from the universe, okay? Is there any advice that I can hand down here to Leo that'll be really beneficial for them in the second half of their January? If so, please apply that advice, all right? What do we got showing up for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? In terms of advice from the universe, we got here the Page of Wands, followed up here with the Devil. We also have here the Page of Cups, followed up here with the Chariots. Okay, so first things first, Page of Wands here, paired with the Devil. Page of Wands is a massive card of interest. It's a massive card of attraction. Page of Wands is the card of what you're really interested in overall and what's attractive and stands out to you. Devil card is the card here that represents the energy of being stagnant. It could be about being in a negative mentality. So I feel that universe here is trying to say, whatever this is that you've been investing in, the more that you stay stuck in the negative mentality about it, the more time you're taking away from the premise of what it is. And what I mean by this is that the premise of what you've been investing in is that you were interested in it. You have a lot of passion towards it. So let's say a relationship, right? What's the premise of the relationship? You're really passionate towards this person. You really love them. You really care about them. So the premise of the relationship is that there's passion behind it. So at the end of the day, that's why you invested. Now, if you're going to look at, the Devil here and only focus on the negatives, then you're going to avoid the purpose of the investment in the first place. Does that make sense? For example, if you get stuck on not having the return you were looking for, if you get stuck on things not going in the direction you've wanted, you're basically moving away from the reason why you invested in this person or in this situation in the first place. At the end of the day, the foundation is the most important thing. So the universe here is trying to say, focus on the foundation. Don't focus on the negative things that came out of this experience. Negative things will come out of every experience. Whether it's in business, whether it's in love, whether it's in friendships, there will always be a negative moment. There will always be positive moments. So if you keep your energy basically focused on the negative ones, you're never going to move forward and you're never going to appreciate the growth because it's never going to be enough. See what I'm saying? So hopefully that makes sense, Leo, because it's like if you're going to be in a negative mindset regardless, you're not going to appreciate when any sort of change happens. If it's not it all at one time, if it's not every change you've wanted, you're not going to appreciate things little by little changing. Let's go back to business. I feel like it's an easier example. It's like if you are going to be in a space where you're still unhappy that you only made one sale and you didn't make 100 off, the first day of your store's launch, then you're never going to even appreciate 100 sales because it's still going to get into a point where it's never enough for you. But if you could be appreciative of that one sale and, by the time you get to 100, you're going to feel so good and so happy and so passionate because you're going to believe your hard work truly paid off. And on top of that, you're going to be proud of the work you've done. Right? So I feel like that's the way that I want to explain it. I hope it makes sense the way I explain it. Mercury's still in retrograde. So if that whole part was just a bunch of gloop and you guys don't know what I'm saying, I'm very sorry. Moving on forward though, in terms of advice from the universe, we have Page of Cups. We have here the Chariot. Yeah, the universe is trying to tell you very similarly to what I said in the beginning of the video, which was don't give up. Page of Cups here. You've made an investment, but most importantly, you have put in something or you've put in the time and the work, to something you actually care about. Whether you've put in the time and the work in a relationship, you put in the time and the work into a business, you've put time and dedication into something you've cared about. It's not worth giving up on because you never know where something's going to go. Just because something might not be doing great temporarily doesn't mean that that cannot change. So universe here says, Chariot card, continue to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. This is not the time to give up, but instead, this is the time to keep on working. Because once you begin to see progress, then you can start getting into a space where more progress can be attained. What's great is that you're not in a stagnant period anymore. What made you want to give up originally, Leo, is that things were slow and things were stagnant. But now that you're seeing bits of progress, you can start to get in momentum to build more progress, okay? So the universe is saying this is not the time to give up, but instead, this is the time to keep on putting in that work to get that return at the end of the day that you've been looking for, all right? All right, Leo. So with this reading that we've had, it's actually been very interesting. It wasn't the reading that I expected for you guys to have here in mid-January, but hopefully the reading here makes sense for everybody, and I hope that you guys actually are getting value out of this. You know, I think that it started out with you getting ready to give up on something you loved because you've put such an investment into it and it just felt like it was never working out. And I think that finally in mid-January, you're starting to see a sprinkle here of things work out. And it gives you this motivation and it gives you this excitement. It's like, whoa, like, you know, it's actually working. Like I'm starting to see, you know, a bit of my investment being returned to me here. I'm starting to see things pay off. Even if it's not the whole entire thing, I'm seeing a little payoff here and I'm happy about that. You know, like I said, you might go through some up and down moments where it's like, well, should I just be happy about it if it's a little and it's not everything I wanted? But then I think you're going to move into that energy where it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to actually be happy at the fact that something did pay off because that means change is happening and there's more changes to be made. It's the first of many changes ahead. All right. Nonetheless, though, guys, moving into your outcome here, what's going to be the overall outcome here for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-January 2023. And what do we got? We got here, dun dun dun, the Knight of Pentacles. I like it for you. Slow and steady wins the race is what the Knight of Pentacles says, okay? Knight of Pentacles here, slow and steady wins the race. Things are moving, and even if they may be moving slow, they're moving in the right direction, and they're moving in the direction of stability that you're looking for. So this is one pentacle of the seven, okay? Seven of Pentacles was pretty much the highlight of this reading, right? This whole reading talked about an investment you originally made. Well, here's one pentacle out of the seven. You got 6 more pentacles to go to get your full return on your investment, but at least the return here is happening. So it's going to happen slowly. This might be over the next couple of months. You know, if this is a relationship and you've been putting in a lot of work and effort in hopes that things would change for the better, it might be a little slow, but if you really love this person, it's worth going through it. It's worth doing everything you can to keep working at it. And even if it's a little bit slow, it's like maybe in the next coming months, things are just going to keep on improving. They're going to keep on getting better and better and better between the two of you. And then you have your dream relationship at the end of the day. You know, same thing with business. It's like, hey, I'm getting started here. You know, I'm seeing a little bit of success. It's not all the success I've wanted. It's not the huge return on the investment I wanted. But you know, at the end of the day, as the months are progressing, it's just getting better and better and better for you. And you're like, you know what? Slow and steady wins the race here. You're starting to see stability get built, and it's a really good feel-good feeling, man. I like it for you. I really do. Patience is required. You know, that's a part of the Seven of Pentacles as well. Continue to be patient. Continue to stand your ground. Continue to do what you are doing, and let the return of investment come on in. It might be slow, but at least it's steady. Okay? All right, Leo. I love you. Thank you for watching. Sorry if the read was a bit repetitive. There was a lot of repetitive parts to this reading, but I feel like the universe was just trying to make like that repetitive point of like, hey, hang on in there. It's working out for you. Don't mind if it's slow. You know, as time progresses, this will get a lot better for you, okay? So hopefully it resonates. Hopefully it makes sense. I love you all so much. Have a great and amazing rest of your January, and I will catch all my Leo peeps in February. Of course, if you are new here and you enjoyed this video, definitely drop a like. Do consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. But Leos, have a wonderful, wonderful January, and I will see you in February. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.